Hello everyone, I have a small announcement to make before we go into the video. So, lot of you are messaging me with some common questions and I have no way to reach to all of you and share some PDFs. So, I have newly created a WhatsApp channel and a Telegram channel in which I am posting some PDFs which I want you to have a look at before going to the exam. Immediately join them and download the PDFs before the exam. And now let's get into the video. I know you are all working really hard for AIBE 19. First of all, let me tell you, I am very sure you will definitely clear the exam. All the very best. And I'm here in this video only to give you some more tips so that you can manage your time better without taking much tension, much stress. You can attempt the paper tomorrow. For that, I am sharing some do's and don'ts in this video. Irrespective of what stage of preparation you are in, just take out some time, 10 to 15 minutes time, sit down calmly, follow the instructions. This will be of really good help for you. To begin with, what will you do tomorrow? You will be going to the exam hall. You will be carrying your barracks and you will go to the exam hall. You go to the room, you go to the seat that is given to you, and you have to first arrange your barracks. That is the first and the most important thing you should be doing. There is a reason why I'm telling you this, because what happens is, in that entire pile, in that space that you are given, you may not have sufficient space to spread everything out. So that's why make 4 piles. The first pile that you should make is the criminal law barracks. Take the criminal laws, old criminal laws, new criminal laws. You make first set. Okay. If you are taking criminal manual, then you take criminal manual. Without notes, criminal manual is allowed. Okay. Or if you're taking 6 barrack sets, that you take and you first make the pile, which is criminal laws. Okay. Then you put constitution and CPC, both 10 mark subjects separately. This is pile number 2. Pile number 3 is the most important because this is all the short acts. I'll tell you practical difficulty, what will happen in the exam. All these are in a very, very small barracks and you can't find them from the names given. And what I have realized, in that 25 books, this small Advocates Act will go somewhere in between and you will not find it when you want to do the questions. Per question, you will have 1 or 2 minutes, and you're spending 5 minutes just to search the barrack, not inside the barrack, just to find where the Advocates Act barrack is. So that's why for all of this is must and you should do. All the short barracks, you keep them together separately. Okay. From that, it will become easier for you to search. And then we have the 4th pile, which is these type of books, which are the optional barracks, which is, let's say, labor law, environmental law, IPR, which is not just one law. Labor law is 25 barracks together, maybe. In your environmental law, maybe they have given 8 or 9 barracks together. IPR set, if you have purchased, you will get some 8 or 9 barracks together. So these type of books are little thick, so the names will anyways be clearly visible. So all of this you can make a separate pile and just put it there. So the moment you go, first 2 to 3 minutes itself, you neatly arrange your barracks on the desk that is given to you. So irrespective of what happens after that, you are not spending so much time. Acha, criminal law question, so you know clearly where to find the answer. Acha, constitution question, here. CPC, here. Acha, no, this is a short barrack. Specific Relief Act is a very short barrack. Your Advocates Act is a very short barrack. So I will go to pile number 3. Like that, easily you can find the barracks. That is the most important point I want to tell you. Then the next important point I want to tell you is calm attitude. I know there is so much happening on each of our lives, and everything in our life has to be kept aside for those 3 hours. There are people who have faced loss of close parents, in-laws, who have young children waiting outside the exam center, who are in their final year and are very, very anxious about their career, people who are restarting their law after retirement. Like this, I know AIB exam is written by a lot of us from coming from different age groups and different walks of life, but we have to keep everything aside because our final result is dependent just on what we do in those 3 hours. This is an open barrack book exam, which means that even if you have not studied something, but if your mind is active, if you're calm, if you're calmly reading the question paper, if you're calmly trying and finding hints and using the barrack in the exam hall, you can still write answers. It is that kind of an exam. It's not like if you don't know the answer, you will have to leave it and come. No, I don't know the answer for this, but if I may spend some 10 minutes or 5 minutes calmly, understand the question, maybe I will get those 5 marks. Maybe I'll get those 2 marks. It's that kind of an exam. So for passing, to make sure that you are passing, this is very important. I'm specifically saying this because AIB 18 paper was tough. And immediately when the students saw the tough paper, lot of people, immediately they had that negative feeling. Oh, this is tough. Oh, I'm not finding answers. What will I do? And that is why a lot of people, I think, who have worked hard also, because of that toughness in the paper, immediately they lost hope. Please don't lose hope. No, even if it is a tough paper, you will do well. Even if it is an easy paper, you will do well if you have this calm attitude. That's why this is must and should you have to have. Take some deep breathing. If you're really tensed, I can understand. So to help you maintain this calm attitude, I want to give you a practical tip. Instead of just saying, please do this, please do that, you just have to focus internally. All of this, yeah, you have to do. But let me give you something more practical. And the practical advice is, see, you have total of 100 questions in the paper. Yes. Now you have to divide these 100 questions into 4 parts. Okay. Please pay attention. Question 1 to 25 is part 1. 26 to 50 is part 2. Like that. 51 to 75 is part 3. And 76 to 100 is part 4. You have total of 3 hours, which means how many minutes? That is total of 180 minutes you have. Correct? Now, if you look at the paper and if it is your bad luck and question number 1, 2, 3, 4, these are all from the topics that you don't know, you haven't studied or are confusing topics in your set, immediately it is very, very common to feel depressed. And maybe you are feeling depressed like this, but your friend sitting on the next seat who has a different set and whose question number 1, 2, 3, 4 are easy questions, that person is fully excited. He's like, yes, I can do this. I have prepared well, I will do it. So they are more confident, and you, unfortunately, because you are getting tensed, what will happen? You will be losing marks in the entire paper, not just those 5 questions. So that's why what you will do is, you will think, first, I'm only going to do question number 1 to 25. You first focus only on those questions. If your luck is good and 1 to 25 are all positive questions in which you know answers, then you have a positive feeling for the entire paper, which is very good. But if it is like last time, and last time in one of the sets, the first question was labor law question from Maternity Act, which nobody could guess. If it is that kind of a situation, then what you will tell yourself? No problem. 1 to 21, 1 to 25, which is my first part of the paper, I am finding it tough. You have to tell this to yourself in the exam hall. But no problem, ma'am said, if first part is tough, no problem. You start from question 26 and you do the second part first. First you spend 2 minutes. If you feel that no, all the questions are so tough, immediately when you realize that that tension is coming, you go to the next part. First attempt 26 to 50. Maybe Hindu law topic which you have studied well in your question paper is coming at some 27, 28, 29, 30 question. And that you know well. So you will get some confidence to do the paper. First, second also I don't know anything. No problem. We still have another 50 more questions. You attempt from 51 to 75, 76, like that. Okay. So what I'm going to suggest is, you divide the paper mentally into 4 parts. Okay. You start with question 1, try to solve, but if it is tough and you're unable to solve, then don't worry, leave it there. You will come back later. Finish 26 to 50, then 51 to 75, like that. Okay. For each of the 25 questions, you should be giving around 40 minutes time. More than this time, you should not give. This is also important because last year, AIB 18, I'm telling you, in the paper, in between, there were easy questions. Easy questions were there. But why people didn't do the easy questions? Because of this only. Because beginning questions, ending questions were all tough. And in between questions, they could not find the time to come and do them properly. Okay, so that's why I'm saying question 1 to 25, you give 40 minutes only. How much ever you can do in those 40 minutes, you do it, and later on you come back. Because sometimes questions will take a little longer to search. If you are searching and spending so much of your time out of the 3 hours in question 1 to 50 or 60, and the last 30-40 questions you're not even attempting or doing them properly from Barak, it is going to be very hard to pass. You have to go through the entire paper, read all the questions. There is no negative marking. So even if you are a little doubtful about the options, you can still mark whatever is the closest, whatever is your feeling is the most closest to the answer. You please mark that and come. And if you are going to follow this step-by-step attitude, na, you will be calm. You will be calm all throughout. Acha, koi baat nahi. I'm not getting questions in the first 30, no problem. 31, I know. Actually, I will show you a question paper so that you can understand what I'm saying. Other previous year question papers you may have already seen. So what I want to do, you to do is, I want to take you through the Kanun Pandit mock test. Probably this is a paper that you guys have not seen. Now, for example, you see in this question paper, let us imagine tomorrow you get a question paper like this. Let us imagine. Now you see here, question 1 is from BNS. Now, if you are somebody who has already studied criminal laws properly and has gone, then you are confident. Oh yes, this is a very important case. Ma'am has said answer is minimum imprisonment 10 years. I know. Very clearly you will answer. But what if you're unable to answer? Then you read second question. Second question is also about some trespassing, and I really don't know that topic. Criminal law, community service, I don't know the topic. So this is all criminal law. Let us imagine you don't know. And if you only keep answering like this, acha, 1 I don't know, 2 I don't know, 3 I don't know, that depression will come in the exam hall. So what you will do, acha, I don't know, no problem. What I will do, I will now start answering from question 26 because the first page questions I don't know. So I'm going to leave the first part and directly now you go to question 26 onward. Like for example, here question 26 is a direct question. Section 45 of Evidence Act you have to open and you will find this answer here. So then you'll get confidence. Okay, I can do 26, I can do 27. Let me do them. Like that, little bit confidence boosting will happen. So it is on each of these 25 questions, don't spend more than 40 minutes. That is the golden rule. Only then you will be able to complete the full paper. So for every 25 questions, only 40 minutes you have to spend. Now let us see 50. Maybe you know about 50 and that will help you. See, 51 is actually a very simple question from Advocates Act. You can answer that. Then 52 is also a direct question from Advocates Act, section 24, you can open an answer. 53 is also a simple question from Advocates Act. So like this, you see, these type of questions may be in between, they are hidden somewhere. I don't want you to, because of your tension, lose marks on such easy topics. And finally, before I go, I want to confirm one thing to all of you. If there are questions which are wrong, there will be questions which are confusing, which are maybe wrong, or maybe the options are not given correctly in the exam paper. There are printing mistakes. These type of things always happen with AIBE exam. Even in such cases, I don't want you to not attempt the questions. You read the question properly because I can't predict what is going to happen tomorrow, what type of wrongs will happen. I can tell you one thing, try and always give the closest to Barak answer. Okay, for any question, whatever is the one that is closest to the words given in the Barak, always try to put that as correct. And don't worry, if such wrong questions are coming, we can always later on raise objections. That option is always going to be there with us after the AIB exam. So right now, all you have to do is focus on your last moment preparation, stay calm, make all the arrangements to go to the exam hall, and in the exam hall, always remember that there are 4 parts, and even if you don't know questions from 1 or 2 parts in between, you have still hope in the other parts to do well. Okay? Just stay calm. All the very best for your exam.